A leader versus a boss. Here in California, everybody that we have is a boss. And let me explain the difference. And I'll put it in perspective of what many of you can kind of grasp. So a leader is someone who's down in the trenches with you. Think of it, and I saw this meme a couple of years ago, which I loved. And it was people pulling a sled. A leader is in the front. That's the person pulling the sled with you, trying to get to the end goal together. A boss is someone sitting in the sled, making all of you pull them. So, and that resonated with me. And I've tried to do that in my own businesses. I really have tried to be that leader in the trenches with people, always trying to analyze, not just delegating everything. What we have in California are bosses. And a prime example is, look at Nancy Pelosi. She gets to go and get her haircut done. She gets to do her life like she normally does. Did she get outed? Of course. But that's mainly she got outed because people don't think it's right. And yet people are upset at the truth. This is exactly the problem with California. You people don't want to face reality that you have elected these people. So put it in perspective. Here's a good example. Okay? We've all had bosses. We've all had jobs from the time we were in high school up to wherever you are today. You've all had bosses. And you've had the bosses that you thought were great, and you've had the bosses that you didn't like. Okay? Bosses that you didn't like, more than likely lazy, entitled, had the title of being manager or whatever their title was, and so that gave them this ego, this power trip. Then you've had bosses that literally had goals in mind. Usually those are small business owners that are in it every single day on the grind with you. Okay? They're trying to pull to a goal as a collective, not sit here and sit back and watch all of you get them to the goal. Okay? Now, imagine you voted the boss in. So they actually only get paid based off the idea that you like them. That's literally California. You have voted these people in. You don't work for them. They work for you. Their check is based on the idea that they work for you. They do what you need them to do. And in California, we don't. Look at the last 30 years in California that has been completely democratically ran. Where's the prosperity? Where is all of the beauty? Where has California gone in 3 decades? Where? It has become a haven for the homeless, trash infested, dirty. It's drought infested, and they can sit here and claim whatever they want as far as climate. It's not. It's literally because they have defunded 1 million different projects to keep this state looking good and being prosperous, to fund a bunch of other ideas. A prime example is California has 4.1 million people on welfare. We spend $97 billion a year on those people on welfare. Hands down, miles. I think the closest next state is $30 billion behind us. Texas has 3.4 million people on welfare, but they only spend almost a quarter of what we spend. So yes, they give help, but you can't live on it. So you have an incentive to get off of it. In California, free, don't worry about it. It costs the average Californian $50,000 per inmate per year to be in a correctional institute in California. That's almost twice what our poverty line is here in California. So when you sit here and go, I can barely make ends meet, there's where your money's going. And I sit here, and there's a follow-up video to this. So make sure to check out the next follow-up video, because it's a theory of mine on how and why you would make California become so expensive, and how and why. And if you think about it in a global picture, it's going to be a really, really interesting concept and a theory. And I'm telling you, make sure to share these 2 videos especially. These are really videos that I think a lot of people should be paying attention to. A boss, again, is someone that is do as I say, not as I do. A leader is lead by example. Okay? And this is where my argument is with Trump. Trump sits here and donates his salary. Donates like 99% of his salary. Nancy Pelosi, Gavin Newsom, these people are already millionaires. Their check from the state isn't getting stopped. Their life isn't being interrupted. Nothing is different for them. But it's all different for you. You're locked down. In fact, in Bakersfield, we were actually testing under the limit, and we were actually supposed to move down in a tier, but they said we weren't testing enough, so they gave us 2.8%, which bumped us back into the normal tier. And if you look at the finances behind it, and this will be another video, but I'm just telling you, bosses versus leaders, guys. We need leaders. This state has elected nothing but bosses. And it is the reason that over 30 years you are where you are. Pay attention, open your freaking eyes, and get some people in here that want to live and fight in the trenches with you.